winning day yesterday and the Knicks are up 3-1. What a time to be alive, baby. I've got a few best bets on the way. This is the free three. Let's dive into it. May the 13th. Let's have a day.
I love it, Noble. Noble, I also love your YouTube videos. I watched them while I was gone. That was fire.
But getting paid because yesterday we had a full sweep. Mike going under, that was just icing on the cake. Why are we going to go in such a weak AFC South? Unless we have the NBA Blowout Association.
Bang! Knicks take a 1-point lead with 13 seconds.
When you hear the sirens, you know what that means.
You got barbecue back there, and you didn't invite me. Hurt my feelings.
What is up, my friends? It is your boy Noble Living back with another DYF Bets video where I'm breaking down my favorite picks and plays of the day as we just try to get to the bag together and make some money. Yesterday, we were able to do that. A winning day. I needed that like air. We got a 3-2 day yesterday. Can't be too mad at it. And then, of course, getting to watch the New York Knickerbockers go absolutely crazy. Jalen Brunson, my boy, was hooping. And to see them go up 3-1, I'm sad to see Tatum get hurt, in all honesty, because it kind of looks like it's an Achilles injury. But I do hope that he is okay and that it's not too severe. But I do think that this is the Knicks series now, so I'm super excited for them. In today's video, guys, we're going to recap how we did yesterday. We're going to go through our debate of the day. Some of you guys commented yesterday on what you would take, said SGA free throws not too bad, and then also our 3 quick plays of the day, as we do have 2 games in the NBA playoffs and then also a full baseball card on the way. All right, guys, so let's get into it real quickly on the video. So let's first start off with our recap. Let's look at how we did yesterday. Not too shabby. Up $100, up a unit. We'll take it. 3-2 on the day. Julius Randle over 26.5 points and assists. We get that right. No sweat bet there. He's been the best player on the Wolves, and he continues to show out. Our 2-way parlay of the day. I mentioned that the Padres could be bound for a little kind of a loss, but I didn't say it that way yesterday in the video. But I did have faith in them against the Angels. They were able to score some runs, but that grand slam given up by Michael King really hurt. The Rangers were able to get it done 2-1. And then overall, our 3-point parlay of the day missed. That sucked. Buddy Hield, we needed 3. He only had 2. Pritchard hit it for us real late, so we really should have lost this one in general. We got lucky on the Pritchard one, so that was just, a loss overall. Brunson, 25. Kuminga, 23. No sweat bet there. Or 15 for Kuminga, but he got 23. And then St. Louis, I like that half run there because it gives us that tie push insurance, and sure enough, we get it done with St. Louis. So not too shabby of a day yesterday. 3-2. You can't be too mad at it. And hopefully, again, in today's video that we can build some momentum up as we try to, kind of string together a few winning days. And let's see what we can do. For our All right, so it's time to get into our quick debate of the day before we dive into our plays. And this is one that I found on Twitter. I've seen this one a few times, and it's actually a pretty interesting one. It's which one of these players are you going to eliminate? Now, I think this is really based off of style and preference of play, in all honesty. But if I had to choose one, and I would say who is I don't want to say the worst player out of all these, because these are all legends and all greats, but the one player that I would eliminate, and I think he is not the best player out of all these guys that are shown here, would have to be Mr. Dwayne Wade. I mean, all these are great players, but I mean, we could kind of go through the list and kind of explain why each one is kind of great in their own right. Dwayne Wade, he's a multiple NBA champion. I mean, he's a great player, but when you kind of look at his body of work compared to some of these other guys, I think all of these were dominant in a specific area. Not to say Dwayne wasn't, but I think all of these kind of had him beat. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think. Now let's dive into our best bets of the day. And we do have a full baseball card. Our Nobu Nerfy is on the TikTok. We went 2-0 on those Nerfies yesterday, and there's really a lot of Nerfy opportunities today on the board. I think there are a lot of unders you could take, a lot of innings you could take. So make sure you guys play around with a few different things. Our first best bet of the day is going to be here on the baseball. And we're going to go with our 2-way money line parlay of the day, and that is going to be the Texas Rangers on the money line, and we're going to parlay that with the Cincinnati Reds on the money line. That gets you to plus 116 odds. So let's go here real quickly to ESPN.com just to see who is playing for both of these teams. You can see here for the Reds, they are playing the White Sox. That is one of the teams that we're going to be looking to fade pretty regularly here on the channel, just like the Rockies who are playing the Rangers that we're going to be looking to fade. We got Andrew Abbott on the mound and Jonathan Cannon on the mound. And I think Cannon's not a bad pitcher. He's one of those guys that if you like to play innings and unders like I like to do, he is not a bad read for the White Sox. He is probably one of the better arms in their rotation, and he could be a trade prospect. But he still does have a 4.09 ERA, which is not something I can get behind. Now, like I said, he's not bad. 2 earned runs, 3 earned runs. We saw a shutout here. So that's not like necessarily the best, but also 9 hits, 6 hits. So that tells me he's also a pitch to contact guy. But 6 innings, 7 2/3 also tells me that he can go deep into ball games as well. So all of these are kind of factors that play into why I kind of like the Reds here, because the Reds are going to need some time to get their offense going. They have not been one of the best offenses in the league to get the year started, in all honesty. And Andrew Abbott, who's on the mound for them today, he has a 2.25 ERA, and he's going to need the run support. And sometimes he hasn't gotten the run support, like in his last start against the Braves, where he went 5 innings, 4 hits, no runs given up with 8 strikeouts, but they still lost that game 2-1 in 10 innings. So the Reds are one of those teams that I feel like can score runs and can score some runs today against a bad White Sox team. But Andrew Abbott, if you can see the form that he's been in, the only start in the last 5 where he's given up more than 1 run was the 4 runs at Coors Field in Colorado, which is kind of expected, and one of it was a home run. If he can limit the walks, as you can see here, 5 walks, 4 walks, then he's good. But he's a really good, strong pitcher. I've been a fan of him since his rookie year last season. Andrew Abbott and the Reds, I'm going to take them today on the money line. Now, we're going to parlay that with the Texas Rangers, and that's just really because we're going to fade the Rockies here. 2-18 away from home, okay? Yesterday, they were up 1-0 for the majority of the game, and they lost that game 2-1. The Texas Rangers have not been the best, but they have not been the worst at 500. But Jack Leiter has been one of those pitchers in the rotation that if you watch how he pitches, he's better than his ERA might say. At 5.09, you'd be like, no, but why are you going to take him? Yes, I get that. But look at some of the lineups that he's faced, like Boston. This was a bad start against Seattle, but then against San Francisco, and then against Boston again. And to see that he's been able to pitch 5 innings of 1-run ball against a strong Boston team, 5 innings of 1-hit shutout ball against the Reds, against a strong Giants lineup who scored runs at times this year, to see him go 3 1/3, 2 earned runs is not bad, but you can see his strength is when he's not giving up walks. 4 walks, 2 walks, 4 walks. So if he's not giving up walks, he's going to be in a good situation here. Good thing for him. Colorado is near the bottom of the league in walks drawn per game. They're not one of those teams that take a whole lot of bases, and they don't have the same type of offense like Boston, like Seattle, or San Francisco. So I'm expecting the Texas Rangers to get the win, and I think this is going to be a sweep here for the Rangers in this series. So we're going to continue to fade the Rockies, and that's going to be our first play of the day. Now, second best bet is going to be our role player, Mr. Max Strus, over 2.5 3-pointers made. Now, Strus has been a player that I've been taking pretty regularly if you guys have been tapped into my plays on the Action Network, because I always like to take a role player or two come playoff time. We know the superstars are going to score. We've been taking Brunson. We've taken Julius Randle. But what about some of the other role players, right? Donovan Mitchell, we saw him leave last game with the ankle injury. So who else is going to score? Darius Garland still not 100%, and I think he's kind of forcing his shot a little bit. But we need somebody else to step up for the Cleveland Cavaliers. And Max Strus, he's been a guy who's been shooting the ball really well. I mean, he's barely touching the net on the shots that are going in. So when he is getting good looks, when he's not doing too much and picking up technicals like he did last game, he can be a good kind of third piece for the Cavaliers to kind of, unexpected player who steps up like Buddy Hield did in Game 7. You always need somebody like that come playoff time. Now, if we look at his recent game log, 11 points last game, 20 points the game before that, 23 in Game 2. Now, I like the 3-point shot here because he's getting about 8 attempts up per game over the last 10. He's gone over 2.5 3-pointers in 8 of the last 10 games, including 3 of 7 last game, 4 of 8 the game before that, 5 of 12. If you just want to take his points at over 11.5, I'm not opposed to that because, again, he's gone over, in 2 of the last 3, but he would have hooked last game. I just want to focus on the 3-point volume because I know that's specifically what he's going to do. Last thing I need is for him to go 3 of 7 like he did here and finish with 9 or 10 points, and I lose that bet. So that's just me going with Max Strus. But I spoke about role players for the Cavaliers and somebody else who has to step up, okay? So this is what we're going to do. Our parlay of the day is going to be Evan Mobley for 15 points and Jamal Murray to hit 2 3-pointers. Who else for the Cavaliers is going to score? If you want to take Darius Garland for 15, you can do that. But I think Evan Mobley is the guy that we need to. He's an all-star. He won Defensive Player of the Year. This is where you got to show up. 10 points on 3 of 7 in 27 minutes is unacceptable when your back is against the wall. We know it's X day for them. They're down 3-1. We don't have to go into all the schematics. But 18 points in Game 3, Game 2, 20 points in Game 1, and he sat out one game as well. So we need Evan Mobley to be playing. I know it's tough with an ankle injury, but Donovan Mitchell's not going to be 100% either. Darius Garland's not 100%. Nobody's 100%. So this is the thing. You got to contribute where you can, and we got to get at least 15 points out of you. I think he's very capable of doing it, obviously, as we've seen here. And even if you look at against Indiana during the regular season, 22 points, 20 points, 16 points. So it's not something that's unheard of. We just need him to be a little bit more aggressive. And again, other players have to kind of step up, and this game can't get out of hand early. Now, Jamal Murray, he's gone over 2 3-pointers in every single game this series so far. I've consistently been taking it, so we don't really have to pull up the game log. Jamal Murray and Jokic has been struggling with his shot. I think he's due for a Tatum-like game like Tatum did yesterday, and I think Jokic is due. But, I mean, if he's not hitting his shots, again, who else is going to step up? We see Aaron Gordon, we see Russell Westbrook, but the things that they do cannot give you 30 points, cannot give you 40 points. Now, if they just get hot, they just get hot, but that's not what we're really expecting. Them getting 15 points, 18 points is better. But Jamal Murray, somebody who can really give you 26, 30-plus points, not getting 2 3-pointers. I mean, and this is really almost, it's not an elimination game for the Nuggets, but you don't want to go down 3-1. So this is a big game for them. So I like them here and Murray to hit 2 3-pointers. So that is it for me today, my friends. 3 quick plays on today's episode of the Free 3. This parlay is minus 106 of Mobley and Jamal Murray. Then we got Max Strus over 2.5 3-pointers. It was a little bit juiced, but we're willing to lay it today. And then we've got our parlay of the day with the Rangers and the Cincinnati Reds. I will have a few added plays that it will come out on the Action Network a little bit later as I kind of dive into the baseball card a little bit more, okay? Appreciate y'all for tapping in this morning. Per usual, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel, and then drop a comment below with our debate on which of that play would you leave out or your favorite play of the day as well. All right, guys, let's have a day, and as always, take your fate, get to that cheddar, and I'll see y'all on tomorrow's video. It is your boy Noble Living. Follow me on all socials. Let's have a day. Later, gang.